back, Will, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host with the co-host, Alex Miller. Joining me, as always, is Will Lopez. Will, how's it going?
Pretty good, brother. Here we are, another episode, and it's time for Champions League.
It is. This has been dubbed the Real Madrid preview show. It's that time of
Mm-hmm.
the year when we play the behemoth Real Madrid in the Champions League. And
Uh-huh.
there's a lot to be said about that. It's going to be a good one for sure. Um, one thing to point out, we're finally going live on Instagram. So we're live on Instagram, on IG. If you want to pull up on your side of your phone, we are live on
What?
Instagram. So we're live
Right now?
on YouTube,
Oh,
Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. So,
beautiful.
so we were able to finally tap into our largest audience, even though I think most of them are asleep because a lot of them are in England. But
That's right.
we're a late night Man City podcast. So,
Yes.
this is for the after hours Man City podcast. You know what I mean? Where all the good stuff gets leaked. But anyhow, Will, a lot of news in the Los Angeles area before we start off. Your LAFC got the dub against Carson the other day.
Yes, sir. Boo, 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 boo. Get the fuck out of here, brother.
What?
God damn, dude. I was at the Morongo. I was at the
Oh,
Morongo this
that's
week.
where you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was helping out my mom bartend in San Bernardino, but she didn't need me around, so she paid me to go to Morongo to kill 4 hours. And I was at the sports bar there with some old dude, some old head right there. We were just talking, and yeah, man, we won. Beautiful fucking game. I was the only one cheering, but hey, man, I'm always about a one man party.
Yeah. 2-1 was the score line, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it was at BMO.
At the BMO, that blazed me out.
It blaze me out. They're building the next El Trafico at the Rose Bowl again on the 4th of July. They're doing
That's
it.
what I'm hearing.
They're doing it again. I went to that last year and it was all right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard getting in and out of the Rose Bowl. It's super dusty. Fans are coming in, and we were taking the buses from some fucking parking lot in Pasadena into the
Hmm.
Rose Bowl, and it was all right. And I saw it on the LAFC side; it was pretty good. I mean, Galaxy won that game. That kind of sucked, but
Yeah.
I was like thinking about doing it again. I saw the date, and I'm like, do I want to do that again? Probably not.
is
I'll
it is,
probably pass.
is it just me, or is the Rose Bowl super steep?
It's just very long going up all the way up. It's an old huge Cedar Stadium, and it just goes up all the way, kind of like the Coliseum. It just goes all the way up from like the bottom. Just there's no like tiers to it. It's just very sheer, I guess. I guess you could say that, but it's just kind of
Yeah.
all the way up. And I mean, LAFC always brings the vibes. I appreciate LAFC, the chanting, the singing, and I met some rad people there.
Hmm.
Do not mess with anyone from the Carson side of the forest. So you know what I'm saying? Just they try to do it to that. But another news. Did you see
Yes,
the
sir.
solar eclipse today?
I did not see the solar eclipse today, brother. I did a lot of drinking, a lot of partying this week that I just woke up fucking late today, dude. But
Yeah,
yeah, I actually just woke up from a nap right now because I knew we had to pod. So here we are.
you gotta get well rested for the pod. But
There you go.
I mean, I was at work and I bought solar sunglasses, and my journalism class went down, and we were looking at the solar eclipse. It wasn't like super spectacular. I mean, it was like at its height, it was like 35%. The sun was 35% obscured, and it just
Mhm.
kind of glided across the sun a little bit.
Mhm.
But like, I mean, we're not in the path of totality, like we're able to see it
Yeah.
like fully eclipsed. But we were just hanging out on the football field, just like looking at the eclipse. But
Nice.
anyhow, yeah, a lot of things happening. Unfortunately, if you did not catch the solar eclipse, you'll have to wait another 20 years in LA to catch another one. So yeah, so just a
I'll put it on my
science,
calendar.
little bit of science. When I'm 50, I'll see another eclipse in LA. But anyhow, I mean, this is a Manchester City podcast.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot to talk to you about.
Yep.
This is the Real Madrid preview show. We'll be talking about the Real Madrid here in a minute. All things about the Champions League quarterfinal, but we still got to react to Crystal Palace on the weekend. So, Will, were you watching this match
Yes, sir. I was. I actually got up and watched that shit.
like a champ? I
Oh yeah.
didn't because I value my sleep and things have been kind of brutal at work.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of get into it, highlights and such. So looks like Mateta scored in the 4th minute pretty quickly. And
Mhm.
then Kevin De Bruyne comes back with a goal in the 13th minute.
My God.
And then Rico Lewis scores at the beginning of the second half. And then Kevin De Bruyne scores in the 70th minute. Erling Haaland scores in the welcome back. Erling Haaland scored in the 66th minute. Kevin De Bruyne again in the 70th minute, and then Edouard gets one back for Crystal Palace in the 86th, and the game ends 2-4 Man City.
Mhm.
So, Will, what were your thoughts on this match?
First of all, I was off by one in my prediction. I did call a 4-1, almost had it, but the water had to ruin my party. But
Yeah,
otherwise, that badass game, dude. I mean, going into the Champions League, I'm not too comfortable getting punched first in all these fights. You know what I mean? And by
yeah,
that, it's like we're always getting scored on in the first half, and it's always the opponent scoring
yeah,
first. So we need to do something about that. We were very we were very well. I think you were a little critical about Akanji last episode,
yeah,
and Akanji had nothing to do with this game this week, and the same mistake happened again. So, our boy Johnny Stones filled in. So I'm starting to think, who is it? The only person we're not pointing fingers on is Ruben Diaz, and he's been in all those games. So I'm
yeah,
starting to think, who is it that needs to tighten their bolts back there? You know what I mean? Because we can't be happening. We can't be. We can't have this happening every single game, especially going into the Santiago Bernabeu tomorrow.
yeah. I've seen a lot of criticism lobbied at Diaz on Twitter, and
Okay.
I thought that I was pointing the fingers at Akanji, and I mean, Akanji's not without his mistakes, but I think it's not unreasonable to say that Diaz has not had the best defensive season he's had in a long time. I
Hmm.
mean, like from the previous seasons, he was so tight, so locked down on defense that he wasn't really ever a problem. We didn't have to consider him a problem. He was never going to be that guy. But I do think that a lot of these performances, Diaz has also been present as well, and he hasn't had that great of a season. He hasn't, you know, Pep's been playing with the back line a lot. You can see the different changes he's been doing, and Diaz just hasn't really been as tight as he's been. So yeah, I think it's right that Diaz has been singled out a little bit for that on Twitter. I mean, I was trying to save him because Diaz is my boy,
Yeah. So
but
me too, brother. Me
and
too.
Kanji is someone I'm not completely sold on, and I mean, I obviously can cite numerous country examples, but I think we've misplaced the blame a little bit on this podcast. I think Diaz might have a lot more to do with it than we've made him out to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
I was just watching the highlights, and I think a lot of praise, rightfully so, is being heaped onto Rico Lewis, our boy Rico. He
Rightfully so.
scored a goal, and I mean, just like I mentioned this previously on the podcast a few episodes ago, where people were shitting their pants at the change that putting on Ake for Rico, and people were like, "Oh no, we're cooked." But then the next game, Rico scores, and he's like getting all this praise, right?
Hmm.
So, that's just what I'm saying, right? Like, I mean, we're on the Rico train, ride or die. Some people on the Rico train when they want the clout for it. I don't know.
Yes, exactly. Nah, I
So
mean the guy knows what the cleats he has to fill, and he's doing it. You know what I mean? And to score a goal on the next game from a beautiful performance from the last weekend, that's pretty cool, man. And we saw Pep give a couple little digs, give him a chance, give him a
yeah,
chance this game because our boy Oscar Bob started on the right wing.
yeah, and we're gonna see a lot more of this, in my opinion. Because like I mean, in terms of strength of schedule, we got some teams that are not. I mean, like City's toughest opponents in the next few games is definitely going to be, like Tottenham, right? Like that's the only Big 16 that we haven't played yet, and then there's some things on the way. I mean, I guess I wouldn't want to say like kind of like worst teams. I guess like there's anything in this league can be a banana peel, right?
Yeah.
But like we don't have the schedule that like say Liverpool does. Liverpool's playing. I think they still have to play Arsenal,
Yes.
Spurs, and then yeah, they got some tough matches ahead of them, right? And but like we just have to get through Tottenham away again, and then the rest of the schedule is pretty manageable in my opinion. But like but you'll see these games where they get high scores, you know what I mean? Like 3-4 goals, and then Pep subs on like FA Cup man and like all the other, side pieces, side candidates, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
just like doesn't get the light of day. But like I think you're starting to see definitely more Oscar Bob and Rico making some more appearances to get them eventually more into like maybe the starting lineup eventually. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and that's very realistic to say. You know what I mean? I think these players definitely will could eventually be stars depending on who we lose and what our personnel and how we play in the next few years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they connected well, Alex. They connected fucking very well. And I'm pretty sure they know each other coming from the academy. Because
Yeah,
that whole right side, dude, there was some beautiful fucking touches and plays coming from Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob together. And Oscar Bob, that guy's convincing me that that might be the right winger we need. Because, man, he played fucking beautifully, dude. Beautifully, beautifully. Like, good quality. Good quality.
yeah,
We didn't even, I loved it, and you got to give the little dicks a bit more credit because these guys are getting it done,
yeah,
and then they're on their way to becoming big dicks.
yeah. Just the natural puberty of things, right? You know what I mean? So,
Tudums.
it's Jason Valdiva. That's
Ooh, Jason,
Jason.
that's our
Shout out,
boy.
shout out, Cheddar Bob. Cheddar Bob.
Hey, shout out Cheddar Bob. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. It's been a while since I've seen you, Jason. Yo, you need to turn up to our next live stream, which I think is I don't know.
We'll look
I,
it up.
we gotta look it up.
Yeah.
But I know for sure. I think we'll be probably live streaming for the Man City Chelsea FA Cup semifinal. I think that's going to be our
Ooh.
definitely on the cards for sure.
Okay.
City Blue Peter says no settled back four, no consistency. Do you think this is a larger problem? Will could be a larger problem, or do you think we got it? We
I
still got
mean,
on.
when we're juggling the defense like we are right now, I mean, it does get a little, you know, you got to figure it out, and it's not gonna be us that figures it out, guys. It's gonna be Pep Guardiola, and we trust him, right?
Yeah, I mean that this is our podcast. We do all the speculation we want, but we are not in the head of Pep Guardiola. Pep,
As much as we want to be.
yeah, we can speculate, and I can make as much of a convincing case of why he should play, or at least sub on Sergio Gomez in the second half to be more threatening in the final third. In the second half, I can make all the best arguments, but Pep's going to be like, no, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, yeah, but Pep knows. Just got to trust Pep. And we'll see. We'll get some Sherlock Holmes shit here in a minute. You know what I mean?
There we
Just
go.
like what did you do that for? Oh, okay, that makes sense. You know
On
what
the
I mean?
contrary,
On the contrary, my dear Watson. Quite elementary, my dear Watson. All
there
right.
you go.
So who is your man of the match?
Man of the match, King Kevin.
King Kev.
Oh
How
my
many assists did
God.
he have? I don't the stats are not in front of me.
Mm,
I'm looking at the
I
stats.
think he had either one or none, but I know he had two fucking beautiful bangers. And what you think of that first goal, brother?
I mean, what can be said? King Kev getting 2 goals. Yeah, he had 2 goals. Yeah, man. Yeah, you love to see it. There's been a lot of KDB slander coming a lot back in these last few games.
Oh
Like,
my God. Here we
I
go.
think someone from some podcast was saying that they should sit Kevin De Bruyne, and one Twitter account was like, Haaland and KDB are uh their greatest they're our greatest players, but also they're great they're our greatest obstacles. And I was like, I don't know. My brain a little bit short circuited from that
I don't know
take.
about that one, Junior.
Yeah, that's a bit of a reach. You're
Yeah,
reaching. I mean,
Michael
like
Jordan Space Jam reach.
Space Jam reach, but like I just like all right. Obviously, Halan has had a slump. Um, KDB, I guess you could say he had a slump. I mean, he had a little bit of an injury, so he wasn't playing. Same thing with Halan. He's had numerous issues, and like I just don't understand how you say that's an obstacle. I mean, like everyone has a dip. Is that an obstacle? Or is that just a natural contour of performance? Like just you take a dip, you sometimes suck a little bit, and then you come back. You know what I mean? It's just how player performances work, and it's like to make those kind of large statements like that. I would say sensationalist statements like that. It's just like, okay, dude, no, that's engagement bait, and what we're seeing here is just another dip in performance. And then we see in this performance, KDB 2 goals, Halan a goal, and you know what? This Premier League race is shaping up. So, Will, what are your takeaways from this game?
Another person that didn't get much credit is our boy Jack Grealish because he was involved with starting every single play that scored today. I mean, that scored over the weekend.
That's a good point. I
Involved
saw
in
that.
every single goal that was fucking made. And I'm still I heard this really bad criticism from somebody named Gamaides Soes or some shit like that, saying
Yeah,
that Jack Grealish is becoming too predictable now, like on the level of like Doku's fucking cut, and that that's all he is and that's all he ever will be. I'm like, yeah, okay, he can be predictable, but if it's fucking working, why even fuck with it? You know what I mean? Like, what is there to say? Oh, look at what he does, man! Scoring all four of those goals, starting all those plays with all those four goals. Oh, predictable. What the fuck? How does that make sense, bro? You know, the criticisms need to be somehow in your favor, and you just look stupid saying that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Jack Grealish is gonna Jack Grealish, and I love Jack Grealish, and he's gonna keep doing it. And if it works, what the fuck are we talking about? You know?
I don't know. What so predictable that he's in all goal involvements and that he's just
Exactly.
so excellent, just so predictable. Be shit, dude. Just be
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
We
Prove him
want
right.
we want more predictability. We want you to be really good one game and then really shit the next game. Like we don't want you
Yeah.
to be predictable. We don't want you to be consistently involved in the play and
Yes.
getting the assists. Like we just don't want you doing that.
Another reach. Another
And
fucking reach.
reach. I'm
Help.
reaching. I'm like Jack on Jack and Rose. This
Reaching like George and Pacificos.
oh, at this moment, they're brought to you by Pacifica.
There you
This
go,
George
George.
Alabama.
There
Take it,
you go.
George.
You don't
Take
want it?
it.
Oh, just like every time.
It's like every time. That was a good product placement. Well done, Will. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, I'll admit this. Like 2 years ago, I was so wrong about Jack Grealish and everything I said about him, dude.
We used to shit on him so bad, dude.
Yeah, we shit on him in the beginning of this podcast. We were like, nah, he's shite. Well, not like that. He was just wasn't doing it. He wasn't worth.
Frustrating.
He wasn't worth. He wasn't. At first, he did not seem like worth the transfer fee.
Yeah.
100 million pounds is a lot, but like, boy, we were wrong. We were
Yeah, man.
wrong.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, like this guy knows. I think if any player is the most comfortable in Pep's system, I think it's Jack Grealish now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The way Jack Grealish just he's involved in the play, tracks fouls, gets the set pieces and whatnot, and then like I think if any player knows Pep's system or is a part of Pep's the most important part of Pep's system, it might be Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish and Rodri.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for sure, Rodri's undroppable. You know what I mean? But Jack Grealish, just when he plays, he adds he adds the final dimension in City's game,
Yep.
and like he's just an assist machine. So yeah, I mean you love to see Jack Grealish being in all the goal involvements and stuff, and he's definitely going to be a necessary piece for tomorrow against Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, sir.
we could talk a little bit though, Will, about the Premier League. There's been some interesting results from around the league, particularly a draw from Liverpool and Man United. Were you watching that game, Will?
I saw the highlights for that. Um, yeah, I saw the highlights for that, and I mean, United almost had it. They almost had it, and they let them get away with it in the 84th minute by tying it. But hey, I'll take a fucking tie any fucking day. You know what I mean? I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna get greedy with the. Remember last week I got greedy with wanting a W. This
yeah.
time I'll settle for a draw, and we got it.
I mean,
We wish for a miracle, and it happened.
yeah, I mean, leave it to United to snatch a draw out of the mouth of victory, really.
Yeah.
And it was like the meme I just shared about Wan-Bissaka. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
Wan-Bissaka flying in, getting giving them a penalty, letting him get back into the game. They could have dropped 3 points. They could have dropped 3 points, but I'll take a
Yep.
draw. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's still dropping points, 1-1. And the fact is that Liverpool need to go play Arsenal in this last part of the season, and so that's not going to be an easy. That's not going to be an easy task. You know what I'm saying?
A draw
So
right there can win us the league.
yeah, for real, for real. Let me verify that. I think you know what? No, I lied. It was they do play Tottenham. Tottenham is at Anfield. Their last games of the season will be Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, West Ham, Tottenham, Villa. Villa's definitely the one, and Wolves.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they have to uh go to Villa. They have to go to Villa on May 11th.
So Arsenal don't play Liverpool from here on.
No, they someone was telling me that they had to play at Arsenal, but
Damn.
no.
I heard about that today at the liquor store too, but I guess they were wrong. But
Yeah.
hey, man, I guess we have to hope for Tottenham and Aston Villa and maybe the Wolves to do something.
Yeah, that's going to be a really hard last 3 games of the season for them, you know what I mean? And it's like deja vu from 21-22 when Liverpool played Wolves away and they lost, and
Shaita dead.
that was the day that I met you, good sir.
Yeah. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean? So,
Gundogan won us the league.
as the story goes, so I was watching the last game of the season on 21-22 when we won the league on the last day of the season against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And, that was an up and down game. Thought we were going to lose, thought the league had slipped away. But then, was it Wolves came back, City came back, Gundogan scored another miracle moment for City. And then I went back to my music studio, and Ipkiss and Will were hanging out in front of their studio where we record our podcast now. And Will looked at Jack Diddy, was like, "We lost, dude." And
Yeah.
then I was like, "Hell no, we won." And he was like, "What?" This
Yeah.
is,
After the
and
second goal, I left my house, dude. I was like,
yeah,
fuck this.
yeah. But we won, and I delivered the news to him. So, and that was where I met Will. And then a little bit later after that, we
We
started the
made the podcast.
podcast. Yeah,
Yep.
that was first, and the rest is history. So, yeah, but to be honest, dude, I feel really good where about City situation in relation to in this situation right now, because I've just been listening to talk on the TV, talk on the radio about it's just like a lot of the pundits, the mainstream pundits, like the big networks, are saying, "Oh, it's Arsenal's league to lose, the title to lose," and then like they perseverate about the pundits perseverate about potential Liverpool winning the league situations. Like what happens, who's going to drop, what teams was it going to be? Da, da, da. Like they just talk about all these alternate scenarios where City drops, right, or where City drops or whatever. But like that's the meme I shared this morning, right? Where it's just like City, it's on the come up, man. Third place, you know what I mean? You can't count
One
City
point
down.
away.
1 point away. And like they can all these pundits are just talking about Liverpool or Arsenal, who's it going to be? You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of the momentum, quote unquote, has been shifted to Arsenal now. Like it's Arsenal's league to lose, but
Yeah.
City are only 1 point behind, and leave it to Arsenal or Liverpool to drop a game in this part of the season. You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
Liverpool already did.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tough. So but I'm feeling really confident about our position right now. And I think we're always gonna be best served as the underdog. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it just being on the, just laying in wait. You know what I mean? Like you think that they got it, they're gonna be the champions, but then we just come up and we win the league, baby. So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about that, Will?
I mean, all three top teams right now are juggling knives, and which are the knives are the leagues they need to win. And right now, juggling the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the EPL could could be a little heavy on the team. So we're just gonna
Yeah,
see who fucks up first. Who fucks
yeah,
up first? Because Liverpool have the Europa to win, and then Arsenal and City have the Champions League and the EPL to win. Also, Liverpool on the EPL. So I mean, like I said, it's just who's gonna fuck up first. We're waiting. We're waiting
yeah,
right now. So
yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
I didn't feel confident because at first initially because when we saw that we were playing Real Madrid and that we were going to play Real Madrid and then like the next day like play the semifinal, right? Or like no, this is the second leg. The FA Cup semifinals 4 days after this what do you call it? The second leg of Real Madrid.
Oh, okay. The Champions League.
And
Yeah.
and like we have to play again in the Premier League. Then next week come back play them again, and then FA Cup, and then I think we got like 2 games in the end of April. So it's a very congested month, and we just been like losing players every now and then. It's like we get the player, we lose the player, like John Stones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, we get the player, we lost him, now he's back. You know what I mean? Like, and Pep is like doing like these mind games where it's like, we don't exactly know the extent of the injuries, but then like all of a sudden they come back and they play, like, you know what I mean? So I can't wait to see what the starting lineup is. But there are some players that they're already not traveling with the squad. I believe Ake and Walker are not traveling with the squad
That's right.
to the Bernabeu. So but yeah, I mean, I fancy me chances in the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it any further. We still got to beat Chelsea in the FA Cup, and then these next two, well, the Real Madrid first and second leg are gonna give me anxiety.
Yep. Yep.
It's gonna
Seriously,
be
and I want to see who pulls out of Arsenal and Bayern, man. That's going to be a good
mm,
match to watch too. Because
I,
if we're on the same side of the group stage, then that means we might have a chance to play fucking Arsenal for the Champions League too, for the
damn.
semifinal.
That's gonna be interesting. But I think honestly, well, okay, let's do it like this. In the count of three, say who's gonna win that match.
Oh,
Arsenal Bayern. All right.
right.
3, 2, 1. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
All right.
Damn, dude. It's because they just look better than Bayern right now, bro. They just look better.
Bayern. Bayern is an absolute shambles, dude. Like Harry Kane is such a title, like what's it like? Such a trophy deterrent. You know what I mean? Like he's just
The
like
Jinx.
he's just. I feel bad for him. He's just like
Yeah.
that dude's like totally born on a bad sign. Like that guy just cannot get on a team that can win something. You know what I mean? Like he goes to this
Yeah.
team and then Bayern lose the Bundesliga for the first time in like over 10 years. Like, damn, he just can't catch a break. You know what I mean?
No, for real, man. For
He's
real,
he's
for real.
he's gonna go to Bayern and then he's gonna get chewed out by their fans and he's just gonna come back and end up playing for like Bournemouth or Crystal Palace, like some lower level league, lower
I
level
mean, the
team.
guy, the guy's doing work. You know what I mean for
Y-
the team. But I mean, you need everybody on the same page.
Yeah,
It can't just be the homie. But
yeah,
we'll see how that goes for them. I mean, if he really wants this fucking title, if he really wants a title, he needs to beat Arsenal.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. And he was former Spurs. You know what I mean? That hopefully that Arsenal hate runs deep enough to get him the title.
For real, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, all right. I don't have any like city news pulled up in front of me. That's, mm, you know, did you hear anything about anything interesting, Will, through the grapevine about city, other than outside of the whole, what's it, Palace game and the Real Madrid game? Anything you saw interesting?
Nothing that I've seen or read yet. pretty sure we'll get all that news tomorrow. But I did see the Netflix documentary.
You did?
Yeah,
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
delicious, beautiful, man. You need to see that ASAP.
Yeah.
It brings back a lot of memories. Cause when I was watching that, I was like, oh, dude, I remember me and Alex talked about that. Oh, damn, it's kind of like a blast in the past to the podcast. Ooh, I rapped right there. That sounded
Blast from
pretty
the
cool.
rap. Okay.
Nah, but yeah, you done now. All right. Nah, it was cool, man. I was like, oh shit, I remember when we covered that, So, and you see a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, and you get to see all the, how like
Jack Grealish
uh,
not safe for work picks.
there we go. Nah, but oh, they did show the dog you were talking about, Bernardo's
What's it?
dog.
John
Yeah,
Silva.
yeah. And then I started getting a lot of references now, but the number one thing that I was tripping out on is they showed most of the speeches that Pep gave at the halftime. Because we remember we're like, oh, I wonder what he said. I wonder what these guys came out fucking guns blazing in the second half. And you
Yeah.
get to see it and you're like, oh shit, okay. You know what I mean? There's times that he would just step in and just wouldn't say shit, just look at everybody in the eyes, and he'll just fucking leave the locker room. I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, you guys better fucking win this game, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, get into it, man. Beautiful, dude. 6 episodes. So it's a long
Yeah.
one, dude. Six
Yeah.
episodes. So
I
yeah,
mean,
man.
as I always say, I always restart and cancel my Netflix subscription, and
Hmm.
I've just been busy with a lot of schoolwork stuff that I'm taking a teacher certification exam, an additional one that gets me more money. But so I've been focusing a lot on that this last weekend. But
Nice.
eventually, I'll be getting into it. I mean, all those episodes that we did from the past are all still on Spotify. I mean, like I haven't done it before, but like you can go back and like relive what we were talking about at any given point in last
Yeah.
season. And like to be honest, like if I can remember last season, the half, like the 6 months from January to when we won it, I remember in June and was it January and February, I just felt in the dumps. I was like in this about this team. I was just like, damn, like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it was hardcore. And
But we
then
hung in there, man.
but then like we hung in and then just like we just rode it. We just
Yeah.
got on a streak and we just like rode it all the way to the treble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like right now, City are like 25 games 25 games unbeaten.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to jinx shit, but like, it's just like we're on a ride now and we gotta see where it goes. Buy the ticket, take the ride, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
And
Yes,
I
sir.
definitely have confidence in where we're going right now. And
Yeah.
maybe winning a double thingy. I don't know. We'll see. You know what I mean? That would be chance to be a fine thing, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I don't have any say things that we just get right into it. This is the Real Madrid preview episode.
Yep.
That time of the year, baby. Let's go. So, all right. Well, tomorrow, first leg away at the Bernabeu. Same thing like last year. First leg at the Bernabeu, second leg at the Etihad. Will, how you feeling about this going into this quarterfinal matchup?
I feel that we're strong right now, dude. I feel that we're fucking strong right now. And Kevin's performances have been amazing. Phil Foden's performances have been amazing. I've never felt like I've had a huh. I don't know if I should have said that right now, but I've never felt that I had a bigger dick ever. And
You
by that
know,
I mean like our players. You know what I mean? Like
we had the biggest dick ever.
yeah, it's just these guys are fucking dope right now, dude. The past 3 weeks, the performances. Remember how I would criticize Jeremy Doku for being an individual?
Yeah,
Like I'll be like, oh, he's not playing with the team. Right now, people are playing individual, but also playing with their team because I mean, Phil Foden, that's an individual fucking performance. The last hat trick he had, but
mhm,
he got it because of his team. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Kevin De Bruyne got those two bangers last week because he did a individual performance, but got provided by his team. Doku needs to do that. You know what I mean? So right now, everybody's fucking locked in. I feel it. I feel that we're locked in. The only one I'm feeling questionable about is Are we gonna have Ortega or are we gonna have Ederson tomorrow?
I think we're gonna have Ederson tomorrow.
Think so?
I think Ederson gets his reprises tomorrow,
Ooh, he should
and
have
we'll
played
get
this weekend, man.
yeah. I could be proven wrong on that. I mean, I think if Ederson's fit, he plays. But to be honest though, I feel a little bit more confident now in Ortega
Hmm.
and just having him. You know what I mean? Like
The
just like
momentum.
he just has this vibe to him where it's just like he's the number two guy, but he just like you can't count him down. Like you're prone to count him down. Like oh he's just the number two keeper, but
Yeah.
like this guy can play just as well as Ederson.
Hmm.
And I think the whole last few weeks of Ortega playing has been or I think definitely from what it sounds like is that Ortega's trying to impress Pep so he could stay, but
Yeah.
there's a rumor of him that like he might just leave. You know what I mean? Like,
And that's what I'm hearing also.
yeah. So because like he wants to be the number one keeper of the team. If he can't
Yeah.
do that, he'll go somewhere else. And he's already a treble winner, so he has that in his back pocket now. Um, I mean, we can get this result with whoever's out there. We're missing some players. We're missing Ake. We're missing Walker. We're
Hmm.
missing I forget someone else. Some defensive key pieces, but we got John Stones.
Hmm.
Rigo Lewis is perfectly capable of doing the right back job. Diaz, I'm sure will do better. You know what I mean? Finally, kind of start playing like he typically does. Left back. Well, is it Gavardiol? I think it's the Gavardiol who's the other
He's been
player who's
playing.
injured.
Yes. Yes.
Well, no, but he's injured,
Oh, is he?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
Or I don't know. He didn't play in the. Did he play in the Crystal Palace game? I don't remember. Anyhow.
I think he did. Yes.
Okay. Well, he was injured at one point. So I mean, I'm confident that whatever we throw out there can get this W. There's some critical things about this Real Madrid lineup that's important to mention out is that a lot of their players are really close to yellow card trouble.
Mm.
So Vinicius, Bellingham, Chouameni, and Camavinga all have if they get one more yellow card in this game, they can't play in the second leg.
Hmm.
So think about that. Some of their best players are going to be really cautious tomorrow because they don't want to get the yellow card and miss out in the second leg, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is though is that like they're all competitors. They're all trying to try to get the W, right? Like they're going to
Yeah.
try to win. So this is the time when we need Jack Grealish to do Jack Grealish things, which
Yep.
is to track fouls, sell it, and then get those yellow cards for all those four players. Take them out. You know what I'm saying?
All of each one.
Each one, get all of them out of the game. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
And so like that's I think a really key point in the strategy for him. Get those players yellow cards because get them not in the game. Um, City Blue Peter is back in the chat, and he's saying similar situation as last year. Take a draw and get them back at the Etihad. Do you vibe with that, Will?
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna happen, dude. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen.
You think
And
so?
I think it might be a 1-1 game tomorrow, and then we take it back to the Etihad, and it's over. It's over, over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
So, how do you? So, I mean, we already kind of talked about starting 11, but who's your starting 11 going for tomorrow?
Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland. Man, I would love if this fool played, but nah, I don't think Bob is gonna play tomorrow. So it's gonna probably be Bernardo Silva right there, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri. You said Gvardiol's. Well, Gvardiol question mark.
Yeah,
Ruben Diaz, John Stones, and fuck it, Rico Lewis.
yeah, I agree with that. That's the lineup I'm going with as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Foden and KDB playing centrally. Uh, Silva, the Bernardo's, the Real Madrid slayer, Real Madrid's owner.
Yes,
And then Rodri, obviously unjobbable. And then that sounds like the back line that we have available. That's the best back line we have, and we'll play that one.
because with
Um,
Gvardiol and Ake gone, then your boy gets to play.
yeah, Sergio FA Cup man gets
Yep.
to play. Uh, I mean, man, yeah, that's anyhow. So yeah, so 1-1. Who scores for City?
Holland.
I think Haaland scores.
Yeah.
I think Foden scores.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
think
like that
Foden scores
action.
for
Okay.
sure.
So you agree with the
Feel in
tie
my
then?
gut. I agree with the tie. Yeah,
Okay.
and be pleasantly surprised if we get the result at the Bernabeu. Um, but I think it's going to be 1-1. I think you're going to get a goal. Chouamani.
Mm,
Chouamani gets that rogue outside the box shot that he always does from time to time. That
okay.
pissed me off. Um, and then you get a Foden goal, a Foden worldie.
Okay.
And then we take that back to the Etihad, and yeah,
I'm going with the
who,
Bellingham goal.
you going to the Bellingham goal? Okay.
Yeah.
Someone I forgot who said this on social media. I think it was the MCFC military veteran said this that this game is going to be like a boxing match. It's 4 rounds, right?
Oh. Uh-huh.
Like you're gonna go 4 rounds, you know what I mean, between it. Like I think each half is a round. You know what
Yes.
I mean? First round, second round, third round, fourth round, right?
Yeah.
And I like that analogy because this is gonna be definitely a back and forth match. There's gonna be definitely a lot of attacking, a lot of positivity coming to at both. You know what I mean? I always think City will have the edge on possession. You know what I mean? We'll be taking it to them the ball, working into the box. You know what I mean? Jack Grealish definitely is going to be our critical component in this whole thing. You know what I mean? Of being able to track tactical fouls and get those set pieces. And once we get those set pieces, I mean, like have KDB just have at it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like get a set piece right in front of goal. Just we need those definitely those pieces of Grealish should be doing his job specifically. That's why it's so critical to have him back.
Yep.
Um, I think Lewis can do a good job against Vinicius. You know what I mean? Like this is a big match for Rico. Like
Yep.
this is a game that makes him a household name. I
Yep.
think. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And Vinicius is definitely, hard to. He's fast, but Rico's a smart player, and I think he could still do a good job. What do you think about that?
I think that's where we can get that second yellow with the tussling with Rico Lewis.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man. Clip it.
Clip it.
I see it
Vin-
happening.
uh,
Watch.
Vinicius foul on Rico gets him a second yellow and sees him out of the second leg.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then they're gonna have to use Joselu, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I can't even really. I mean, I have like their main players. Should actually look at their full squad to see uh who's on their bench as well. Um, Pulling that up as we speak. Okay, Courtois, obviously their keeper.
That was
Um,
injured, no? So it's Adrian.
that's actually something to look at. Real Madrid injuries.
Yeah.
Don't have
I
it in
think
front of me.
I think Adrian is the goalkeeper for Madrid.
Good old transfer marked. Let's see. Let's see. Why is it David Alaba? That
Oh
dude's
yeah, yeah. He
and
plays for
yeah.
them now.
What's it? Yeah, Courtois out with a
Yeah,
meniscus tear.
yeah.
So,
And
yep,
David
that's
Alaba still out too?
yeah.
Shit. Okay. Damn, I
Wow,
haven't
that's
seen that.
a
I totally
that's a
forgot about
blast from
that
the
too.
past, dude. David Alaba.
Yeah, Bayern Munich.
He's been playing forever. I'm like, I thought that dude sounds like a player who should have been retired by now. Not knocking David Alaba, but just saying that that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
So looking at the squad, who's been there? Who's been the? It's been Kepa, right? That's been there.
Oh, he's the bench player goalie that I
Yeah,
know of, but I know it's Adrian is the first goalie for them.
Lunin, right? Andre Lunin.
Oh, Lunin is, yeah, my bad, dude. I don't know why I kept saying Adrian. Yeah, Lunin, yeah.
Yeah, Lunin. Yeah, the what's it? Okay, Tao, Nacho, Garcia, Rudiger.
Hmm.
Uh, who said he'd be the backup for Vinicius if he was injured?
Joselu.
Yeah, Jose Lu. Yeah,
Yeah.
Their forwards are Vinicius, Rodrigo, Jose Lu, Rodriguez, Alvaro Rodriguez, and Gonzalo. Yeah. So okay. All right. Well, definitely like a lot of their main players can't like can't get a yellow card because that sees them out of the second leg.
Yeah.
So definitely knowing that bit of information and having a lot of our critical components back, Jack Grealish. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, all we could hope for is a draw tomorrow and be
Yeah.
surprised with another kind of result, and then just take it back to the Etihad and get this dub, baby, and then move on. This is going to be the biggest challenge we face. This is like the Champions League final, but with like two legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way it was last year, right? Like it was two legs, very dicey. But a Kevin De Bruyne masterclass at the Bernabeu,
Yep.
got us that draw, and then we took it back and won 4-1, and then Silva with 2 goals. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
yeah,
We need that
crazy.
again. We're gonna need that again.
We need a similar result. So, yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be watching this on
I'll be
one
in the
side of
work
my
van. I'll
work
be in the
van.
work van watching it on my phone.
Yeah, I'll be having my one of my laptops open off to the side, taking a look at it. Fortunately, tomorrow is a day where actually I get a conference period like after 12 afternoon, yeah, and so it means I can watch the game and be undisturbed for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, well, anything else you want to add to this preview, Will?
No, I mean that's pretty much it. I just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. So your brother gave me an idea for when we go live. If it has nothing to do with City, we'll do and but it does have to do with the outcome of the league. I'll be doing fixes hate watches. So your brother your brother got on the comment because I was watching Sheffield versus Liverpool, and your brother came in. He was like, "Damn, homies fucking hate watching." Cause and I was like, "Hey, you know what? I think I want to call those hate watches." I was like, "All right." So I'll like I said, if it has something to do with Liverpool almost losing or Arsenal losing, I tend to keep my eye on the enemy because we do need this title. We do need the points. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that tunes in and praises the podcast, telling us we're doing great work, and they follow us, and they love you, Alex, and they fuck with me too. So appreciate everybody on that, and then go ahead and tell them about the jersey giveaway.
Oh yeah. So we're doing a kit giveaway again. YouTube as we've been doing, and I think we'll be doing a kit giveaway until we hit 1,000. Because that's the goal.
Okay, okay,
We have 226.
okay.
And I haven't dropped this surprise yet. Actually won't do it here, but I got a little card up my sleeve
Ooh,
for
okay.
pertaining to a one podcast mascot on this podcast.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the particular SG21. Uh, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, but I'll be doing a separate post about that on Instagram when the time comes about a giveaway pertaining to SG21.
Mm,
If you're, I won't give too much away here, but there's going to be another surprise, and
hmm.
all I gotta say is I need my Sergio soldiers.
There you
My
go.
Sergio soldiers, where you at? Stand up,
Yes.
mount up. I need y'all for what I'm going to be doing next, right? I
Yeah.
need y'all to come out and stand with Sergio, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'll be giving the details about that here. I think on a Friday. I think on Friday. I'll probably do it on Friday. Um,
Nice.
but it'll be what it be. Just got to tune in on Friday, right? Tune
There
in.
you go.
We'll also be going live tomorrow night for a reaction
Oh
to
yeah.
Real Madrid. So
Yes, yes, yes.
tune back in tomorrow night for that. Um, Trying to think of what else has been happening on social media. I mean, yeah, I mean, we just keep grooving, keep grinding. Um, I think the flight confirmation went through today, I guess. So we got our flights booked to Ohio. We're looking forward to that. And then we just keeping going, right? Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun this summer, but like I mean, man, between now and however long the season, I mean, you know, it's shaping up, man. It's looking like looking very good. I fancy me chances,
yeah,
as the UK people my our friends in the UK say. But I got nothing else. And Real Madrid is tomorrow, so I got to get my rest in so that I can get that in. But you know what? The fix is hate watch
yeah.
is for real. That's fucking gold, dude.
So
Damn,
join me for
man.
hate watches.
Yeah, and also one thing too, we're mentioning Will plays ESPN EA Sport EA's FC,
Thank you for
and
saying that. Yeah.
yeah, and he's starting to do a lot more content, and he wants to get a bunch of city soldiers together to do
A
I don't know,
Hollywood Kippax team on
Hollywood
pro
Kickbacks team
clubs.
on pro
Yes.
clubs.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yes.
I'm a loser. I don't have a console. But if I had a console, I would join up, but I'd probably be useless because I just wasn't really good at FIFA. My brothers actually played more FIFA than I did, but I can play and I can get a result every now and then. But my thing is Football Manager, and that's a whole other separate kind of thing.
There you
But
go.
Will's doing that. He shares his content on his page, Darko City,
Uh-huh.
and we collabs on the page. So if you guys want to link up with Will and do a Hollywood Kickbacks team, that's something you guys can do. Hit up Will at Darko City, and then yeah. So that there's some different content. We're diversify
Yes.
your bounds,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
so different things happening on the page. Keep an eye out for that. But as for me, I have nothing else. Will, any final thoughts before we send it off?
Yeah, sure. Where can you find us?
You can find us at Hollywood Kippax, Kippax spelled Kippax across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. This is the podcast your girlfriend tells you not to worry about, and this is the podcast that supports the best team in the land.
The best team in the world. Come on, City.
Come
Come
on,
on.
come on,
You
you
know.
know, you come
City.
on, sit
City.
it, sit
City.
it. It's gonna be biblical, man.
Yes,
Cheers.
sir.
Tomorrow, Real Madrid, first leg at the Bernabeu, KDB Masterclass incoming. So we'll be watching that. We'll be reacting tomorrow night. Tune it back in tomorrow night for our reaction. Cheers. See
See
you
you next
then.
week.
Cheers.
Oh, wait. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
What you talking
Later,
about?
dudes.
Later. And